First of all,
He retweeted it earlier. All right, I'm into one. D-Batch, this is your thing.
Cute, D-Batch.
No.
Most
Hit
talented.
the button, man. Hit it quickly. Hit it hard.
All right.
Gosh, dang, I don't want to be here when he's
You know,
just wanna die
you
now.
didn't have to add the hit it hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could also get within a foot of your microphone. That'd be great.
I think I'm on the wrong microphone.
Hey, hey, we are live. Welcome, chat. Welcome one. Welcome all. Welcome to the several hundred waiting for me to be on time. And I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I had to ask D-Batch to say hit the button. And also, we're wondering where Fonz is. So Fonz is supposed to be here, and hopefully he will get here soon. Let me preemptively get ready to hit this mute button every time I load the show up so I can keep track of everything. Like my own voice pops. There we go. All right.
Yeah,
So
that's what just happened to me.
again, guys, thank you so much for joining RDX. We do appreciate it. And if you're here already, hit the like button, show a buddy or two, retweet this bitch on Twitter, right? And of course, thank you again for what you do. We're going to do some introductions. We have some shout outs. And we got a ton of topics today. Some good news actually just broke before the show, too, which is cool. Hey, Cold Eastwood, how you been, buddy?
good. I am really happy to be here, and damage control.
Huh? Damage control. This ain't wrestling. Also, we got D-Batch, buddy. How you been?
I'm good, man. I gotta say, I was a little bit disappointed today. AMD released some new GPUs, and trying to find it was near impossible. But yeah, that was then. This is now. I can't wait to get into the topics today, and I'm hoping we're gonna have a good show.
Sound like you're playing with a bucket of Legos. Tim Dog, how you been, buddy?
I'm log in and log out.
I just got being sick, feeling better, and happy to be here.
We got the Tim Dog. We got the chosen one, the one with the green shirt. Hey, Zalker, how you been?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Been playing a lot of games, having a lot of fun, and there's so much stuff coming out for these consoles right now, and so many like open world games that it's a little fucking overwhelming. But you know, we're getting through it, and we're having a lot of fun. So I hope everybody's enjoying their games.
Is it overwhelming?
I mean, dude, Cyberpunk's coming. We got freaking Phoenix Rising, which is awesome, and then Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is like an 89,000-hour game apparently. It's like there's so much out there, man. There's just so, and then Watch Dogs Legions. I know people don't know, but I'm still playing that too. So there's a lot of games.
What the hell?
I don't know what the hell that was in the back. That little gremlin jumped out of a bush.
I did the little angry Muppet sound because you said
Yeah,
Watch
you
Dogs
did.
Legions. Like, no.
Hang on, I gotta make sure you guys are coming through again.
Oh, that would be funny.
Is that happening again? Say something.
No,
Cole.
I'm hearing myself. I heard myself in the game.
Yo,
Or
what's
in
going
the
on?
thing.
Okay. Chat would have said something, surely, right?
I can say like a really foul word, and you can see if I'm coming through.
Okay. Go ahead.
Who?
All right. No, I'm sure the chat would have said something by now. Are we good, chat? Let
Yeah,
us know if
it's
you can
working.
hear everybody.
I just checked.
All right.
I heard myself.
Good.
Do the Muppet
Good. Now, Colt, go ahead and say fuck.
sound. Fudge.
God, it's broken, chat. What'd I tell you? We also need to find out where Fonz is. He's supposed to be showing up here soon, too. But I guess we will just have another rickety-ass fucking RDX where we're not...
Well, Fonz will show up like riding on the back of Keanu Reeves.
He'll show up riding on the back of a giant scorpion with a scimitar swinging it around. Hey! We got some topics, by the way. We're going to get into those.
Fonz isn't that cool.
You're right. Let me do some shout-outs real quick. My Patreon shout-out tier. We got Zeridin. I don't know if I'm hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Zeridin. Thank you so much. Dr. Vortex with no E, just an X. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Please message me if I'm not. Game Genie Prime, Slim73, Pink Orcbot, Costanzas, Wayne, Scalp Trooper 74, KY Bob, Wakanda XNT, Goose 8402, DT Baggins, Straw Hat Khalifa, Bad Boy Live, Assassin Lupa. Shout out to her. She got some other friends. She don't even like us. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Lupa. Also, Foreign Object, Gab Quiz, Teo, John Blue, Vec Boss, Deviator X, Real Deal Nil, Suicide King. We've also got Tasteless Genie, Guillermo the Legend, Cavillo, Michael Bowen, All Might, AJ Hutton, Gaz, Dark CMF, and thank you guys for what you do. You guys are absolutely amazing. That's my shout out tier for the patron. We got a doozy of a first topic, Colt Eastwood. We've got Jim Ryan doing another interview. Why we let more people file in here? We got.
God damn it.
We got What?
On the notes it says Jum Ryan.
Oh yeah, you're right. I just realized that. Jum Ryan. We got drunk Jum Ryan doing another interview. Jum Ryan. Oh my god. And this was interesting. I actually learned about this because I watched Luca's video on this when she dropped that. And I didn't even know about this interview until I saw this several days ago, and I forgot to ask her to come on, but she's always welcome. Where he does say that PS4 to PS5 cross-gen support is the right thing. Not only the right thing to do, but the rational thing to do. I am super confused.
He said the opposite when Matt Booty said that they're going to support Xbox One for 1 to 2 years. Yeah, interesting.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I am totally lost.
I thought I was in Taco Bell. I look over. I'm in Taco John's. Where the hell am I?
Well, I mean, I thought you were going to tell me that he said something new, like we don't believe in timed exclusives or something like that. But, I mean, this is right up there with. I really like Jim Ryan. Like, he's doing a great job, but he just kind of walks back and forth as the sun shines. So, I don't know.
I mean, I'm blown away by what's happening here, Tim Dog. I mean, do you think Jim Ryan's Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day, but every day he comes back and he's trying to say something different so he can get out of this loop?
Yeah, I think that they were going to gun for a certain type of narrative, and then once they realized they were going to lose a lot of money, they said, oh, nope, let's be rational. So pretty much what you would expect when, I mean, it's funny because when he made those comments, a lot of people on this panel were like, we were critical of some of the stuff that they were doing. And a lot of the Sony fanboys were like, oh, no, it's all about power. You're stuck on Halo last gen. And, now it's funny to see that, you might be possibly getting Gears of War and a lot of their premium titles.
Gears of War?
No,
God of War.
What is it? Well, God of War. God of War and a lot of their premium titles cross-gen.
Yeah.
So
and as a matter of fact, Miles Morales, even though we were the show saying that, of course, there's no game design reason that could be on PS4. A lot of those guys were saying how amazing it looks, and then when they found out it was cross-gen, they went and crawled into a casket. So I don't know. I never really understood that. And now you've got this whole rumor of PlayStation 5 having 2 GPUs, quote unquote.
Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. So they're going to SLI 2 GPUs together. That's going to be great. Can't wait.
Zalker, how are they going to superglue 2 GPUs onto the PS5?
I don't know. I mean, if they're going to use any kind of glue, it's going to need to be Gorilla Glue. Because, it's the best. You just have to use that. And that's all Sony does is the best. So Gorilla Glue, put it together, and then we're just going to sit here and play the greatest games ever on PS5. Mm-hmm. That's what that's the whole plan. That's what I think they're shipping me my GPU so I could just throw it in the back. It's big enough, right?
But I thought Sony were doubling down with traditional console gaming.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But Jim Ryan, joking people, Jim Ryan, I everybody knew this was going to happen, especially on this panel. Like, did he go back on his word a lot, like harsher than we thought? Yeah, honestly, after that whole event in, I think it was September or August, whatever it was, where they after the event, they were just like, JK, everything's coming to PS4 also for the next 3 to 4 years. They weren't going to leave that much money on the table, people. Like, Jim Ryan is a businessman. He knows what he's doing. Do they make great games? Yes. Miles Morales is one of the best launch games I've ever played. I loved it. Beat it. Put 20 hours into it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I don't need this to be on the PS4. No, it's fine. It's all good. People just damage control and they just jump in this console war thing, and it's just dumb. Stop being dumb and enjoy the games that are coming.
Who are you attacking, Zalker? Jesus, he went from Jim Ryan's drunk uncle to PS5. Now you're going at people saying what? Where are you?
People are I'm criticizing Jim Ryan because one, he said one thing about 8-9 months ago, and then now he's saying something else, and it's like he knew what the hardcore wanted, and then at the last second he went back and was just like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what's really going to happen, and we've been planning this for a while. Sorry if it hurt your feelings.
Okay. I mean, we'll kind of let you talk about this PS5 dual GPU thing and how people are kind of. I spoke on this in a video, but go ahead and give your take on this real quick, and then we got a ton of other topics we're going to get to, but I at least wanted D's mini rant on this.
Yeah, it's so stupid. First of all, the generation just started, so I don't know how the talk of a PS5 Pro is already a hot topic because like the generation is like three weeks old. So that makes no sense to me. But if you look at the documents close enough, it's more or less referring to something. My interpretation of it, at least, is something from the cloud. So something from the cloud, and it interacts with the SOC that's in their system. I don't know. It's just some type of patent. And all these companies, they have different patents. Doesn't mean that it's going to come to fruition. And the number one reason this is false is because on PC, which is the default most powerful platform, they have abandoned multi GPUs. They don't really support it anymore.
Yeah.
There's a handful of patents that do it, but you don't get good scaling. It's just really shitty.
And by scaling, he means if you put two 1080s together, it don't equal two 1080s in power. There's very few games where you get like close to 90%, 95% scaling.
Yeah, because
exactly.
they don't support SLI into video cards together. A lot of developers stop doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not efficient like from a heat and a thermal standpoint, from a cost standpoint. You're better off just going one more powerful GPU, right?
Exactly. So that's the trend. There are some games that support multi GPU that's not SLI or Crossfire.
But funny enough, the games that do that are games that are like doing emulation, like flight emulation.
Right.
A lot of games that support that, like Flight Simulator, stuff like that, where people have like, let's say, like 6 monitors to emulate like a cockpit and like them flying. That's what they use the SLI GPUs for. Those are the main games that really do use those and utilize the power within the GPU to make that, because they're trying to emulate like real life. So,
right.
Good.
Yeah, but it's just very highly unlikely that you're going to see a PS5 Pro with a dual GPU. So I don't know why people are running with that. On the Jim Ryan thing with the backtracking, like it's unbelievable. Like Microsoft got so much shit for this. Oh, you're buying a console to play all of your old games, or your games, they're not going to be next gen because they're going to be on, on the prior system, on the previous system, and yet we see that the PlayStation is doing that. Now, from a business standpoint, it makes sense. You got like 110 plus million PlayStation 4 owners out there. You got the PlayStation 5 that just came to the market, and you can't even get your hands on it. So, even if gamers would want to migrate to it, they can't because they just can't make enough of them, both next generation consoles. So it makes sense, at least in the initial year to, I would say, almost a year and a half, to support the previous gen system.
I think that was always their plan, though, because you can't just decide a month before Spider-Man Miles Morales comes out that you're going to port it to the PS4.
Of course not. Like we said from the get-go, this game was designed with the PlayStation 4. Okay, and they brought it over to the PlayStation 5. That's why you're able to play this game on the PlayStation 4, because the base is
super facts.
So it's just, I just hate the hypocrisy. Like, I'll tell you, like, that's why I haven't done a video in like the last week, because like I'm just gonna rant, because it's just it's just terrible. Like all the shortcomings. This gonna be a little rant. Sorry. All the shortcomings that Microsoft has had with this launch, with the games being outperformed by the PlayStation 5, when we've found out the reason why, because the tools are just not there. And I know everyone's making fun of the tools, but we have various outlets. We had Linus Tech just the other day confirming that. We have various outlets, plus our own sources stating that that's the case. It's just going to take developers time to wrap their head around these new tools and start to use it. On the PC, AMD just released Big Navi. Another card just got released today. So these features aren't even being utilized on the PC yet. Now, the PlayStation 5, to be honest with you, it's not really doing a whole lot of things different than it did on the PlayStation 4, aside from like, the ray tracing, and, we'll give them some credit for their geometry engine and whatnot. But for the most part, the tools are pretty straightforward compared to the PlayStation 4. The developers have had more time with it. And unfortunately, this is why...
You're not supposed to mention tools, D-Batch.
Unfortunately, that's why we're seeing... what we said previously, that the Xbox Series X would outperform the PlayStation 5, not come to the forefront or come to fruition, because it's the freaking tools. And instead of concentrating on all the good things that the Xbox Series X is doing, it's just negativity and all the things that it got wrong. What about the PlayStation 5? Yes, the multiplayer thing better. What about the systems that are just crashing? The systems that are failing? What about all of that? What about the NVMe drive?
Whose man is this?
The expandable storage. What happened to the expandable storage? What about VRR? What about 120 hertz not being available on certain games on the PlayStation 5 that are available on the Series X? How come we don't talk about all these things? And why are we talking about the good things?
I don't know, man. D, you need to make a fucking video. I can tell. You're gonna die if you do not make a video.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, it's just it's just gonna be a rant video because it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. The double standard. And yes, I'm disappointed at some of the launch games of the Xbox Series X, but at the same time, it has some fantastic looking titles. And the third party games, like we're talking about like 2 frames per second, like little instances where it's performing better on the PlayStation 5, and it's like the world is over for Xbox, and it's just
that's just a weird group of people.
Can we Dealer, what the hell are you doing to this body, bro?
Look, I'm doing weird things to this body. I'm in the bushes.
10 minutes of you taking this thing somewhere in the bushes.
I'm trying to find the best bush to put this body, all right? And I had played, this is Valhalla, running on the 1X, right? I captured this.
This is Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I said the wrong game. And two, D-Batch, I'm glad you got that off your chest. You sound like you really need to make a rant video and just go, just run. There's a lot of people that feel, like you do, and like parts of that I really agree with. I mean, there's nothing. Anybody who's sensible would listen to that and be like, man, they are really just focusing on a lot of the shit. And we've even had Lindemann and others saying, especially behind the scenes, which it's really weird that they don't harp on this in a video, that, tools, et cetera, right? I'm just one of those that we've said it last week. Like we put it out there. I just want it to be fucking fixed. And there's no excuse for Microsoft having this happen. So I don't really want to dive back into the fucking tool thing. And it's old. I'm just saying that you're right. You should make a video, though. I really think you should. Where's Fonz? You can put a super chat in here, split this among you RDX crew. Where's Fonz at? He was supposed to be here this week.
We got some money?
Where is Fonzarelli? Also, let me go ahead and give a few shout outs here to some of the people in the super chat here. RDX Master Keef, he says Jeff Grubb hurt his finger on the DualSense trigger. Is this true?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
This. Not on the trigger, on the body mold where the controller comes together from top to bottom. The way that he reaches out his right hand, his middle finger wraps underneath the horn, and he did so much Astrobot world record speed runs that he had a huge callus that broke open the other day.
Jeffrey Grubb. That's a lot of Astrobot for who knows what reason. Shout out to NL Polymath, by the way. He says, good morning. He said, good morning. I guess it might be morning over there. Good morning, Ducks and Ducks fans. Yeah, that's a reference to one of my last videos. Luca, I don't know if she's here yet. She should be here. She's joining us. Nico says PS5 to have 2 GPUs, one for when the first breaks. Pretty savage.
Shit.
Pretty savage, Nico.
Can we say, like, from going off of what D said and about how Miles Morales is made with the PS4, all that, everybody needs to understand, even the games coming out next year were made for the current, like, the systems that we just left. Like, every game that's been in development for 2 to 3 years had the older hardware in mind, and they're going to be putting up updates and upgrades on the games once they, have the patches for next gen, like Cyberpunk's doing, like a bunch of games are doing. They're going to utilize the hardware, but just not everything on it. Like, that's just a fact that will happen, in like 2 to 3 years. We'll start seeing these games that like blow our minds even more than they already are. So,
well, some people can't get the console, like Ty Nui. He says, what? Did you spill your milk?
Did you guys see what happened in like England? Like the Fast and the Furious robbery of the PS5s on the like truck?
No.
There's like a sky cam of like these dudes coming out of their car from the skylight, like the skylight roof, and like opening the back of the truck and like stealing PS5s, like literally like Fast and the Furious.
Wow.
Like, and they got arrested. It was like a gang or something over there. And
they didn't know how big the PS5s were. They couldn't fit them through the sunroof.
Why you gotta? I didn't even take it there. Why you gotta go there?
Charlie Murphy. Hey, let me do Ty Nui says, man's I just won a Series X. Also 343. Y'all better not fuck up Halo. Yes, we agree. 343. Hopefully y'all don't fuck up Halo. And don't show it again before someone else besides whoever's in charge over there watches the damn footage. That would be ideal, because we definitely want to see some some fully textured Craig face. But let me go let me go ahead and get back in here. I guess Luke is not in here yet. Okay, she's coming though. And Fonz, no clue where he's at, but he should be coming though. So
He said
yeah,
he's having issues.
okay, Fonz having issues. But yeah, I mean seriously, I want your who didn't I get? Who didn't I get on this Jim Ryan thing? Did I get everyone? I feel like Colt should have had a lot more to say. Good. All right, Tim, go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, you started.
I think it's complete bullshit. Well, Jim Ryan said, but the double GPU story is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Was that by Tommy Fisher?
Yeah. Well, it was one of those, a patent that came out, but the patent also involved the cloud and stuff like that. But as far as I heard and from inquired, there's going to probably just be one console this generation and no refreshes. So that's,
Yeah.
at least I think with Xbox, that's the way they're going. And that's one of the reasons why they kind of were in the predicament that they're in, is because they waited for not only RDNA features, but they also hardwired 2 compute units for machine learning for super resolution. So, you know, they did a lot of custom work, and they're looking to ride these generations fully out.
Well, yeah, because the consoles came out with freaking awesome specs in them, like legitimate, actual good hardware, balanced CPU, GPU, like just a lot more tech in it than the Xbox One and PS4 launched with. Like those things came out a little, like, you know, CPU especially underpowered.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is, people.
Shit.
And that's why this generation's gonna, you know, be pretty freaking awesome. And what we see developers put into these as they get comfortable with the hardware, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it'll be definitely pretty damn awesome. Aerodemus says it's a time of the month for Fonz. Oh man, taking shots. Limitless, he says, Dealer, what do you think of the DualSense? I think it's okay. I'm not sure what I think about the triggers yet. I'm not convinced about the triggers. I don't know if I'll turn those on or off or leave them on yet. So I don't have enough time with the PS5. I'm waiting for system updates. D-Batch, by the way, last week you said your PS5 was doing the artifacting thing. We've seen this many times online. Is that still happening? The most talented.
D-Badge is not even in here anymore. What the hell?
The most talented, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Fonz took D-Batch with him.
Yeah, D-Batch got hit in the neck with a ninja star. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll ask him that later. Maybe one of you guys will remember. Colt, the dual GPU thing, real quick. We still got plenty of people filing in. We got plenty of good topics coming. By the way, if you're watching, we're getting up close to 2,000 watching live already, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, maybe show a buddy or two, retweet this thing. We do appreciate it.
Hit the button.
Thanks for supporting the show and making it one of the biggest Xbox podcasts in history. Colt, 2 GPUs. Where are you hiding the second one?
Yeah, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. So
Oh, shit.
I think we're gonna get a PS5 that splits in half and just spreads out at the top, so it can have 2 GPUs. It'll be great. I just think it's one of those things
That's
where
hot.
people are just kind of reading into it wrong, like they always do. And hey, I've gotten things wrong, so it's bound to happen.
Yeah, so if you get things wrong, everyone has to, right?
Well, eventually.
Yeah, that's true. So you think it's true, basically, is what you're saying?
No, I don't
Okay.
think it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just think people are. I think this is just.
I also don't think I'll align with everyone else in the panel. I don't think there's going to be a PS5 Pro, and I know that Phil Spencer has said there's not going to be a mid-gen console for Xbox. There's no need, and knowing what we know, that you wouldn't need to have another generation update with these consoles.
But Phil Spencer told everyone there was only one console to begin with, remember? And everyone was like, "You guys are wrong. Phil said it."
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. It got a little dicey there when I was wondering where they're going to show that lock art.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this thing, Colt. What happens if Series X, obviously, I expect more potential to be unlocked over time because of the features that aren't even on PC yet. But, you know, what happens if it's 3 years from now they release a PS5 Pro and Microsoft don't follow suit, which I don't think they will. I talked about this in one of my last videos. And Series X is not even close in power for half the generation. It's a shitty scenario for those that want the most performance on console. And no, not everyone who wants performance goes to PC. You're allowed to want performance and good performance on a console. And every PS5 owner and every Xbox owner is proof of that. You can play all these games on PC. You can play them on your PS4 for the most part, all but one, I think, and you can play them on your Xbox Ones. You want better performance, and I think that's okay. What do you do if Microsoft don't respond with a Pro model, quote unquote, and PlayStation do make that?
Oh, shoot. I mean, that'll suck because generally I've gone to where the power is. You know, when Xbox couldn't do it, I went to PC. And then when Scorpio came out, I got a pretty good, dang good experience. So I was expecting the same with Series X. So if they do come out with a PS5 Pro, I mean, I guess I would be hoping that they would make something new. But I don't know. Yeah, I would ask for it. But I don't know. We know that when they made the Xbox One, a year or two later, they started to plan the next console, and that was the One X. And then not long after that, they started Series X, or they kind of did that in tandem. They were building out Xbox One X, and they were planning what Scarlett would be. So that goes back as far as 2016 for Series X.
So you would. So I mean, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would be going, man. I hope they're doing something too, because if Sony wanted to do a PS5 Pro, it's because they want to do something more than they can do now. And maybe they want to do that because they have big ambitions for VR, and they think VR is finally going to get big enough to be viable on the console market. And then I
don't think a PS5 Pro would have anything to do with VR. It's too small a market.
I just don't see what they would do. Like, I don't see what the Pro or anything like that would do. A mid-gen refresh. Like, we have native 4K 60, some games at 120. You know, I just don't see what else they would be able to add to the pot. You know, and if you looked at a lot of the PS4 Pro games that were out there, like 4 Pro, you know, they had some optimized games, but not as much as Xbox One X. And then the regular games like God of War running on PS4, the regular, you know, PS4 looked awesome. And I just don't see what they would do.
So you're saying as long as the games are holding up, the system's balanced, you don't think there'll be much of a demand for one?
I don't think so, no, because just look at even now, like we're playing games finally at 60 FPS. I don't know about you guys or anybody else in the chat, but I'm fucking loving it.
Yeah.
Like I'm having so much fun, and the games are so great. It's amazing. Like I've watched Luca. Hi, Luca. I've watched Luca stream Demon Souls on her YouTube. Sometimes I'll just chill and watch it when I'm working, and she's like dying all the time.
Okay,
but no, but it runs so good. No, she's actually pretty damn good, but it runs hella good. Like you could just see, like it's just so smooth.
So you're that weird guy in the chat.
I am in the chat.
So we got Fonzarelli, we got Luca here. Fonz, Luca, I mentioned you earlier. I was watching your video, and that's where I first heard about this. Jim Ryan went back and did file save as new statement over his old one.
I know.
And he now believes in the cross-gen thing, and he's saying that not only is it right, I guess he had a fucking epiphany, but it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, right and rational thing to do. He's had this epiphany in the last 6 months, because it was 6 months ago when he said, you know, we believe in generations, and you know, this is the PS5 is going to be the main place to play. And, you know, I was just like, okay, Jim Ryan. And then he just switched it up. Now, I agree with him. I do think it's the right thing to do. I think it's the rational thing to do, but it is very weird to me.
Maybe, I think he agrees with you. You had this opinion before he did, apparently.
Yeah, like literally. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Jim Ryan, but you know, executives and corporations.
You gotta love it. Fonzarelli, you've been you know, we're supposed to have Jim Ryan on the show, remember? What's going on with our man Loose Lips Ryan over there?
Yeah, Loose Lips Ryan. Basically, just you know, he finally came out with it, and you know, and is putting his games out there on the PS4 like they planned to do all along. They just didn't want to tell their fan base. They knew how people would take it. They saw what was going on with Xbox and the media. It didn't look good, and yeah, they were like, we ain't having none of that. Yeah, our games are going to be, you know, generational. We're going to talk about the PS5 only, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, oh no, we're going to support it 2 to 4 years, and yeah, just went back on the whole thing.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You know, at this point, I'm just going to say it. I think that God of War will be on the PS4 as well.
But didn't he say that the real next-gen games won't be here for 2 years or something?
At least 2022.
He said 2 to 3 years, 2023.
God damn, PlayStation guys. Jim Ryan doesn't know he's on your side.
I mean, just think about how smart that is, though. Like, I'm sorry, like it is for him to say that. Like, think about it. Like, they're going to bring out God of War, which is everybody wants to play that. You can play it. 100 million consoles sold. Whoever's going to buy it can buy it there if they want, or people that buy it on PS5. And by the time that game's done, when the generation's wrapping up, we'll probably be getting like the next game from Sony Santa Monica, PS5 only.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a great experience, and they're going to close out the generation with like a new Horizon, a new God of War, a bunch of these sequels from their developers, and they're going to be PS5 only and really blow people's minds. All the while, we're still going to be getting great games right now from Sony.
In the end,
you know,
in the end, it's just cool for their fan base, and their fan base don't even know how cool it is to, you know, let their, you know, larger fan base on the PS4 actually experience some of these awesome games coming out. Because my daughter played through Miles Morales. I watched some of her playthrough, and it looks great on the Pro. It looks excellent on the PS4 Pro. And you know, it's just one of those things where like she got to experience that. You know, we couldn't get our hands on a PS5. Still looking for one. It's like impossible at this point. But I'll wait. You know, February, March. I'm sure they'll become more available. But yeah, it's just one of those things where their own fan base doesn't even realize how cool that is for them to be able to, you know, experience that.
It's a good thing, right?
It's
Keep
a
it to
subset
PS5.
of the fan base that don't realize it.
Yeah. The radicals. Let me give a shout out to Spooky Sprocket real quick. Spooky Sprocket Gaming. He added a gaming on the end. He says, hi to RDX crew. He says, wondering your thoughts on what games Xbox may show off at the Game Awards. And do you think, he says, do you think there will be any surprises? Maybe. Maybe there will be.
A lot of surprises.
Yeah, maybe there'll be. Maybe there won't be though. But maybe there might. You know what I'm saying?
I hate you so much.
I think we're gonna see Forza, man. There's been a lot of talk of Forza lately, and I think Microsoft, they, you know, right now the mood isn't all what it should be, and I think they could get some of the gamers' attention back by showing some games that are coming soon to the Xbox Series.
They can
X.
show Hellblade in Iceland again.
Yeah, and just show it at, you know, with all the bells and whistles on it, what we can expect. I don't care if the game is like a year out. Just show us what we can expect.
I think Hellblade's delayed way more than people think. I don't think.
Yeah.
If it gets shown, it gets shown. But I don't think Hellblade's going to be shown. I think they're going to show. I literally just made a video about this. I think they're going to show either Compulsion's new game or the Initiative's new game, because Compulsion hasn't said anything for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've literally been chilling for 2 years, and that's about that time, you know, where they start saying stuff. And they weren't a studio being built from the ground up. They were already there. So they already had leadership. They already had everything. They just needed to hire more people, which they have. And I think they moved into like a new building.
Yeah.
So they've hired like crazy. And so I think their 2-year mark is about now, unless the pandemic, you know, pushed things back.
The pandy has pushed things back for everyone, it seems.
I know, but you know what I mean, for an announcement or the Initiative. I think those two, and then like D said, Forza, I think might be announced, and I think Forza's coming next year, end of next year, fall 2021.
But what about the Initiative's heaps of episodic action?
Who knows, man? The Initiative, I just want to see what there's so many rumors coming out for the Initiative. Perfect Dark or Perfect Dark-esque, and, you know,
or
episodic
Barbie.
and crazy.
Barbie.
And, I don't know, man.
Yeah. You gotta love it. Hey, Spooky Sprite, good question, man. And maybe we'll talk more about that. We do have a topic regarding some of that stuff later. Donnie, by the way, shout out to him. He said D-Badge must have slipped out to meet a guy off Craigslist. Okay, Donnie, what? He says, fresh out the backtrack. Yeah, he's trying to get a 6800 XT off of one of these trucks that drops all these cheap GPUs people keep talking about. Also,
the funny thing is, I have a 6800 XT. I was trying to get the 6900 XT. I'm getting greedy now,
yeah, well, quit being greedy, you bastard. Johnny Parsons, by the way, he says, so what are we thinking this Halo Infinite delay means for Starfield? Yeah, I mean, we'll get into that as well. We've also got Hectic World, who says PS5 is missing full RDNA 2 features, so PS5, he says, so PS5 Ultra will be coming, that's what he's called, the PS5 Pro, I guess. PS5 Ultra be coming in the next 4 years. We've also got Starkiller.
It's a good name.
Lord Starkiller, shout out to you, $35 super chat. He says, I scored a Series S from the Microsoft Store. Will ship in early 2021. Let's put that dual GPU on the Series S. Yeah, let's raise that price by a factor of 2 as well. And then we've got another one from Nano here. Nano Polymath says, Jim Loose Lips lying. Oh my God. He says, I believe in generations. Dance Move Ryan. Yes, he's breakdancing all over the place. He's now supporting all generations and coming to PC near you. Yes, thank you so much, Nano. I'll continue these here in a bit, guys, but thank you so much for the support. Again, if you're watching, hit the like button, show a buddy, share it out. We do appreciate it. We got plenty of good topics, and we're going to go ahead and move forward to, a little interim topic here, Cyberpunk 2077 reviews. Why is there some controversy here, Luca? What's the meta on it, first and foremost? You can let everybody know, whoever knows the meta. And then secondly, how come everybody's talking shit on this game when it's coming to every platform and it's actually reviewing well, despite, some of the concerns that we do have here?
Well, the meta is currently 91 with 46 reviewers.
So that's good, right?
Yes, that's very,
okay,
very
just wanted to double check.
It's actually so good. The Witcher 3 got a 92 on PS4
Ooh.
and then a 93 on PC. So it's pretty much
Pretty damn good.
It's pretty.
So let's talk shit on it now.
Keanu Reeves.
I can't. I got a yellow chair.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that. Now, as for why they're talking shit, I don't really get it. I think that I don't get it. It's something I see often when it comes to really big AAA multiplats. Some PlayStation guys hate on it. Like, there's a lot of PlayStation guys hating on Red Dead 2, and I don't.
Is
know
it
why.
because like Red Dead 2? I know why. Like, you had industry people stopping the pro version, going out and getting a 1X just for Red Dead 2 because it looked that much better, and then that's when we started seeing the trend of hate when a multiplat might perform better one console or the other, which is really weird because you're still going to buy it, you're still going to play it, you're still going to love it. I also get really weirded out when people take something like Cyberpunk and say it's better than God of War or to beat God of War. It's like, well, PlayStation is both. Why are you fucking putting yourself in this loop that you're gonna get hung with?
Yeah.
But Fonz is like, he talks a lot about Cyberpunk. You're looking forward to the game a lot. The sword play, I know people were giving the sword play shit. Kind of give people in the chat real quick what's been going down with all that.
Well, me and Luke could talk about this all the time. We've been talking today actually about this situation too, but no, people were showing some of the leaked gameplay footage, like there was some sword play, and yeah, it looks kind of wonky, but every freaking sword play first person perspective game looks wonky to me. I've played one of the best that's considered one of the best, and that being what is it? The Kingdom Come Deliverance. I played about 300 hours of that, and it's fun as hell, but it looks wonky. The first person perspective just looks weird when you do melee combat. It just doesn't look right. That will never be perfected because you just can't. It's just a weird situation.
What are the other issues plaguing the game right now for those picking up on Thursday?
Mainly people are talking about there's a lot of bugs, like for instance, when you kill enemies, sometimes their guns stay midair and they don't go to the ground at all. Even if you loot the guns, they stay midair.
It's a hell of a gun.
Just things like that, and that was actually fixed. They talked about that. See, and this is the problem I have. If you listen to reviewers, because there's a lot of them out there, they tell you that they have been patching it as they've been playing, and a lot of this stuff has already been fixed. So when they're talking about, and they said that they don't even have the day one patch. So
now come on, Fonz, don't you be damage control for this game, Fonz.
No,
it's not damage control. I'm just being honest to what I'm being fed by people who've played this game.
Yeah.
The reviewers. This is what they're saying. Most of the hate for this game is not actually these bugs or anything, because none of these guys complaining about these bugs and stuff are people that even played the game. These are people that are freaking just watching on the sidelines going, I read a review. The guy said that there was a game-breaking bug. Oh, it's a fail. And I'm like, dude, I agree that you should not give games a perfect score that have game-breaking bugs. I totally agree with that. But at the same token, it's just one man's opinion. Who cares what this person says? It's about what you like, what you play,
bugs
all
are
that.
an opinion, but I get what you're saying.
It's like, who cares at the end of the day if Joe Schmo gives it 100? Who cares? And then they're bringing up narratives like, well, Days Gone had bugs and they ridiculed it for bugs and blah blah blah. Yeah, they did, but they also ridiculed it for having a story that wasn't very good, it being a very long game to where, we
like Days Gone, just to be clear.
And I like Days Gone.
Don't say we. The game's trash.
Okay, Zucker didn't even beat it.
I think Days Gone's great. It's a solid 8 for me. But these reviewers that they're bringing up that talked about the bugs also talked about what they didn't like about the story and the gameplay elements. So it's just weird to me how they're trying to correlate the two.
Let little Zucker
hold on.
Let little Zucker finish here. Let little Zucker say his piece.
The only
here.
thing I have a problem with the game right now is all these reviews are just PC. So there's no console. They didn't give any console people to review it.
Yeah, that's spooky as fuck.
That shit's fucking weird to me. And it's honest. I told people in my video. I told people I'm waiting on this game, especially for the Xbox Series X. Like that's where I want to play it. I want to play it at 60. But for them to not give it out on console, and then there's reports that it runs a little sketchy on PS4s and Xbox Ones and all that. That's a problem. And to me, it's like if there's problems on the consoles that have been out for 7 years, there's gonna be problems on the console that's been out for not even a month. So that worries me.
There's reviewers that are.
Can I play this on PC? Sure, but I want to play it on my Xbox because
I want to play it on the Series X.
Hang on. You guys are all, this is a weird orgy.
I know, but I just want to say there's a few reviewers that are saying, hey, wait to play this game. They're telling people straight up, look, I love the game, but wait to play it because there are bugs.
Well, let me mention something that nobody's talked about yet. And chat, please chime in. You're not allowed to show your own fucking footage in a review right now.
No.
They've given everybody B-roll footage and said, listen, don't tell nobody.
Well, that tells you everything.
Yeah,
okay, that's a little fucking weird, honestly. If reviewers are saying wait to play it, then if it launches, it should be judged upon that. Like,
can I say real quick though? Today,
a little bit more than just a little weird, man.
Today
we found out though that there's a lot of updates just dropped today, like some big updates, and apparently some of the same people that reviewed these games are saying that a lot of the problems that they addressed in their reviews have been addressed with this update. And I'm hearing the update is like huge, almost the size of the game. So I think we're really gonna have to wait till the game comes out. I think it's coming in a little bit hot, and if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, The Witcher was the same kind of situation, and they kind of, patched it back together.
I don't think there were this many bugs with Witcher, and you were allowed to use your own footage, and they played it on console and PC.
Well, from what I've seen, though,
you can use your own footage tomorrow, I think.
Oh my!
At least on the PC, these bugs appear to have been fixed, and I'm gonna hope.
You mean tomorrow when the game launches?
Yeah, but we were talking about earlier in the show, like before the pre-show, like I don't even know what version I'm getting on the Series X. Like, can you guys give me some insight on that?
Yes. No, there was actually something put in our chat, and I was hoping Colt would fucking say something and talk about that.
I can talk about it.
Colt's not even in here. What happened to Colt? Is he in here?
No, he dropped out.
Man. Well, R.I.P. Colt Eastwood.
Yeah, R.I.P. Naughty Dog of YouTube. But what happened was basically some people got a hold of the game for the Xbox Series X, and that Best Buy sent them their collector's edition like 2 days early, and so they have it, and they said that there is a performance mode, and that's only for the Xbox Series X so far confirmed. For the PS5, they don't know yet.
It is confirmed. The PS5 does not have a performance mode, but it's automatically 60 frames on the PS5 version. It's just
meaning the PS4 version doesn't have a frame rate lock.
Yeah, it doesn't have a performance mode.
Okay, so here is what. Let me read this here real quick. So it says, however, analysis of both Xbox One and PS4 versions running backwards compatibility suggested only Xbox Series X offers the option, and it doesn't say Xbox One X here, which is weird because that's the version of the game Series X is playing, according to what we know. So maybe it's One X and Series X offers the option to choose between a higher resolution mode or smoother frame rate mode. And that's on day one, whereas the PS4 version of the game appears to default to 60 FPS on PlayStation 5, meaning the PS4 version might not have a fucking frame lock on it. You might be all over the place with that damn thing, and it doesn't have BRR, so you're fucked there. He says, but there's seemingly no option to sacrifice frame rate for a higher resolution like on Xbox, their next-gen consoles. Yeah. Now, that's what we're being told at the moment. Chat, let us know what you think about that. And honestly, it's cool that it is 60 on PS5, but that means the PS4 version, according to what we know, if this is accurate, wouldn't have a frame rate lock.
What I'm wondering is it DRS with the PS5 version? Do they have that dynamic resolution?
I feel like this in every game.
Yeah.
That's the thing we don't know.
I'm not sure like if it's running the pro version and they just like, unlock the frames on the pro version and that's what you get. And because this is backwards compat that we're playing.
Right.
So of course their boost mode is going to take an effect. And I think that's what's going on with the 60 frames here with the unlocked frames. And it could play very well. I mean, it's playing Ghost well, Ghost of Tsushima and God of War and all that. It could be the same thing for Cyberpunk.
Kirby, Louise, by the way, the developer in the chat, he says that you can actually do that in the Gen 9 aware mode when you're bringing a game to Series X. So even though it's, just to be clear, Cyberpunk is not patched for the new generation systems.
No, it's
not. You can basically make it aware that it is running, because most games, old games, I go back and play Sunset Overdrive right now, it doesn't know it's even running on an Xbox Series X or a next generation system. It's being powered by emulation. There's another mode called Gen 9 Aware where it actually does know there's more performance there, GCN emulated performance, and it will run that way. And then there is a full GDK mode. You can see this in the file settings of the game when you push start on it and click that. And Kirby's saying that it will be Gen 9 Aware, but not patched for it. So maybe that's where the performance mode and stuff is coming from there.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And in that article, it does say something about maybe a limitation of the backwards compatibility on PlayStation 4 for PlayStation 4. So it just might be an added option, but I'm assuming that it's going to be, you could prioritize, you could have it 4K 30 maybe, and then possibly then you could just go 60 frames if you want to do the performance mode.
Either way, it's pretty damn interesting. There are some pretty sketchy things with the reviews, but we're all hyped for the game. We want the best for the game. I'm buying. I don't know about you, but we're putting our money down on the game.
It's already installed, so
yeah. Luke is ready.
One common thing that I'm reading with these reviews, because I've read and watched a lot of reviews that are non-spoiler, and one common thing I'm reading is that the storylines, whether it be main or side missions, are amazing. Just as good as Witcher 3's.
Yeah.
Because that's where Valhalla fucked up. Valhalla fucked up side missions badly. There are no side missions in that damn game.
In Valhalla, but the main missions are great in Valhalla. I'd say just stick to
I want both. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. That's why, for Cyberpunk, I was pumped. I hit up Luca. I was like, man, all these reviewers that we both respect are saying this and that about the game, and it sounds really positive. Unfortunately, these bugs are what's kind of just pulling it down.
Back.
Yeah.
I think
for me, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I've been waiting for this game since 2016. Absolutely nothing is going to stop me from playing it. I'm aware that there's issues, but I'm willing to take the risk, man.
Oh,
I gotta play the game, man. It's just gotta happen.
This game was announced like in what, 2013?
Yeah.
Actually 2012. It was first announced, and then we saw a trailer in 2013.
Yes, okay. Hey, how long is this game?
So
that varies.
Yeah, it varies.
Well, of course, but come on.
I've heard most reviewers are saying 20 to 25 hours just for the main campaign. That is most reviewers.
Yeah, someone said he completed it in like 11 hours.
What the fuck?
And I'm kind of side-eyeing that a little bit.
Yeah, for good reason.
For a lot of different reasons.
Did you say 11 hours?
Yeah.
He said, I got work tomorrow. I got to get through this.
Because there's several people that, like, as I was saying, that me and Luca, trust, and they're saying that there's no way this game can be beat under 20 hours unless you're skipping all the cutscenes and, trying to just
That's probably what they did,
smash through it.
Oh, man. And Witcher 3, if you just mainline the main story, Luca, what would you say it takes? Just the main.
Oh, gosh. Like 40 to 50?
Just the main? Really? I thought it would be much shorter than that.
Yeah. No, it's about 40.
It's really long, the main story.
Yeah, the main story for that is about 40,
you go through
47 hours.
all the different regions and do stuff in it as you're looking for series. So
Yeah, because CD Projekt Red did say that they were making this shorter for the main game, but everything that people are saying is the side missions are so good, you're going to want to do these side missions. So you're going to be running 50 plus hours easily in this game.
Well, let me give a few shout outs here. We got a shout out to over 2,000 people watching the show right now, guys. Thanks for watching live. We do appreciate it. Those of you that can be here are here, and thank you so much. Hit the like button, show a buddy or two, and all that good stuff. We do appreciate it. We've got DeMarco. He says it will be revealed, or he's talking about Jim Ryan. He said it will be revealed that Jim Ryan is a Decepticon Okay, I'm sorry. I can't do it. He's a Decepticon, and the motherfucker likes tacos. All right, J Train, by the way, shout out to $10 Super J, says, I think it's dumb. Some of the reviews are giving bad marks or for the bugs when the game isn't officially out yet. Well, they are handed a product. You know, if you remember my Series X review, having the console for some time before it was released, you know, I was given what I was given, and I wasn't given, you know, I would have had more things to say if it had more when I had it in my hands. I can only give you an honest opinion on what I'm playing, right? So I get that. You got
to rate the bugs.
You do have to take those into account. And if a studio is just now getting the bugs out literally a day before launch, and there's going to be plenty in there day one. That's not how this works, right? The game's too big not to. It's a little less polished than you might want, but at the end of the day, it's going to be great. It's a 91 meta. But J Train does say, in his opinion, bugs should only be critiqued after the game launches. With his day zero patch, yeah. I mean, I guess, man, that's fair. A tough one. That's a tough one. Though, I will say that. Also, got to give a shout out to Sylar. Shout out to you. He said there's a 46 gigabyte CP. What is that? 46 gigabyte, I guess, patch for the critics.
Patch for Cyberpunk. It's a 46 gig.
I think that might just be re-downloading the game. Like, remember every time Halo Wars 2 had a patch, you just had to re-download the damn game. You had to re-download a new build.
They did that they've done that for a couple games. I think Borderlands did that. And
I just had to re-download Destiny 2 to get the 60 frames and the FPS
me too.
later. So.
But he says,
real quick. Kirby, he says, if you don't like getting bashed for bugs before a day one patch, then don't have them in the first place. I couldn't agree more.
Yep. Yeah, I have to agree with that, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, he said, Sylar also says, Young Yi has had serious problems as well. They played the game, not anyone on this panel. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. So is everyone else. Andy, by the way, Andy Crawley, he says, hi, dealer. Thanks for the knowledge and the humor. Yeah, no problem. He says the crazy, he says the Canucka, I don't even know what that is, appreciates all your work. Well, hopefully that's not something really bad that I just said. Where'd you go, Colt?
I died.
I called your mom. I called your mom, and she was very concerned. We're talking about Cyberpunk, all the good and the interesting things we're hearing. And the fact that it's a 91 is a bad thing now. I don't know if you knew that. So go ahead and let's make a diss track on this game right now.
I think people are upset because there's so much massive hype behind it. They almost don't want it to live up to that, or they want to see it change a little bit. I also think there's some crazy fans that don't want Cyberpunk to do really well this year because they want their platform to have the top rated games.
That's so dumb.
It's multi-plat though. It's the silliest part about it.
If you're that big of a shield where you're like, don't beat Halo, get a lower review, or fucking Spider-Man, like, or Ghost, like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
I mean, there is a subset of fans that glob onto a multi-plat as their own, like an Xbox fan will, since they've had problems with first-party games. And then there's the PlayStation side that wants a multi-plat to do poorly, so the exclusive on PlayStation can rise to the top. It's like, I mean, you know what you've been playing the entire year? Stands like one full month. You know, 1 full month of your 12 months, you were playing, multi-plats the entire year. And you relegated like 4 weeks of your year playing a couple of really great exclusives, no matter what platform you're on. I mean, the brand new ones. So it's like, it's getting old, really. Cyberpunk looks awesome.
It felt like I played 4 months of Valhalla in just a couple of weeks.
You did. Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on hour 105 and mostly through the campaign.
Go ahead, Tim. I think they got him. He started to talk and then his mic died.
Go ahead, Tim.
Who's they?
I think they got him.
No.
Wink.
I guess the single went off. No, if you remember last week, we talked about how there was a report on how it was running well, and I had said that I had heard differently. And I think this is what I have heard, that they were fearing that it was going to be about the bugs and some of the stuff that's showing itself.
Yep.
So
well, now it's about that and how you're not allowed to use your own footage.
That's because of the bugs, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
They didn't want to show the guns floating in the
Hide
air.
them shits.
Yo,
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
if they had not like delayed this game, and it's
Oh
already
my
having all
gosh.
of these bugs now. Imagine
Yeah.
if it had released back then.
April? Yeah, right.
No.
This thing was even. Come on.
Hey, I remember me and Fonz even like in 2018 saying, this fucking game is not making
gonna be
2019.
delayed.
Uh-uh.
I would have. Hey, I would have preferred another delay. Had if it's that bad, shoot.
Yeah, but hopefully it's great. Again, chat,
Hopefully
we
it is,
want this
yeah.
game to be good. That's all we're saying. But we're here informing people that there are some sketchy ass shit. Casper the Ghost just got a lot, spookier. And at the end of the day, like if I'm not allowed to, if I was told I couldn't use my own damn gameplay and I reviewed a game, I'm like, all right, well, here's your game back.
yeah.
I'm not reviewing this shit.
Well,
Yep.
shout out to Skillup. He said, I'm not putting out my review for this game if I can't use my own footage. So,
Yeah.
shout out to him.
Yeah, you do gotta respect an aspect to that. But yeah, we got other topics here. But Colt, they did say as well that they are going to have these full expansions for the game as well. So, Blood and Wine, Hearts of Stone, Luca, some of the best DLC, if not the best DLC in value of all time.
It's
Yeah,
pretty like Hearts of Stone was like $10. I got like 10 hours in it, and I personally prefer the story in Hearts of Stone over the main
Same.
campaign. So it was
Same.
amazing. I was like, and at the
Yep.
time I was also playing Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 had some pretty bad DLC before Far Harbor. So I was just like, I was comparing the two, like, wow, like,
And you paid more for it, twice as much.
and I paid more for it. I was like, what is going on?
Mhm.
So CD Projekt Red, it's very. The
Well-
Witcher 3 is very special in my heart, and I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk, so.
Well, hey, I
I think that's the main aspect of this whole thing is the fact that, yes, there are some diehards of us out there that really like what CD Projekt Red does in these games with their stories. And I remember Dealer like pushing me to play that game because I kept like stopping and saying, I can't get into it. But man, once I got into it, I got all in. And when
he
I got
showed up
those
to the next
DLCs
game session with no pants on. I'm like, fine, you're going too far.
I played those DLCs and I immediately called up Dealer, called up Luca, and I was just gushing about those DLCs. That's how good Projekt Red is at creating stories and stuff. They are that freaking good to where I play this game that's already years old, and I'm just like, I'm blown away by their DLCs.
Yeah, every time I boot up CD Projekt Red game, I bring some cookies and some more milk, and I lay down and I say, tell me a story. And then, we have some of the best experiences you can have on a video game, and that's Witcher 3. Again, you don't have to like the first two. Fuck what everyone else says if they say that. You don't have to like
Dealer
this
just
shit.
replays the unicorn scene over and over.
The unicorn scene, actually, I don't even think I had that scene. That's how diverse the game is. So I didn't even get to see weird ass unicorn action. I think there's multiple unicorn scenes, I do believe, depending on how weird you are. Yeah. And so the weirdest you got the weirdest scene. Okay, well, Luca got all of them. That tells you something. Luca, hey, how's how's the Destiny 2 experience real quick for I saw somebody asking about that in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Let us know your thoughts as we go. How's Destiny 2 on Series X? It got patched.
It's insane. It's like a completely different experience. I feel like I'm moving in hyperspeed. And okay, so you have an FOV slider, right? So originally it was 75. That was the
that's horrible
version, right? So I have mine at 105, and I got the 60.
105, yes.
I'm zooming. All right, I feel like I'm just running, and I'm just like, this is amazing.
And the download came with some weird powder. It made me real fast.
Hey, no. Hey, I tried it out too. It's great.
It's great.
It's smooth.
It's really nice, and the game.
I'm actually downloading it.
It looks different too. It's just I'm looking around like I didn't know this was here. Well, what's this over here? I can see now because that was my biggest thing. I was like, I feel like I can't see ever because it was just so close. I don't know. It's definitely. Listen.
What about the the effects? Did they ramp those up?
Yeah, the graphics do look a little bit better. I would say. I think it's more of a resolution bump than anything, though. With that FOV slider and everything, it gives you a different feel.
Yeah, no,
I saw a couple people in the community say they're pretty much done with their PC now that they have Destiny was to play on it at 60 frames. Like,
well, yeah, that's what people were waiting for because the PC version of Destiny 2 is riddled with cheaters. They're anti-cheat. Bungie's anti-cheat is trash on PC. So a lot of PC guys that I know were like, listen, as soon as y'all get that FOV slider and that 60 frames, we're coming back. And I'm like, all right, okay, bet.
We're going to be Xbox guys again.
Let me speak on this a little bit. The 120 frames mode in multiplayer and the Crucible. I haven't played this game in like 8 months, okay? So I jumped into the Crucible and I at 120 frames, I was destroying some people because I know some of those people were probably on the old system. They're playing in 30 frames, and I'm getting the jump on them. And I was
but you're moving twice as fast in real time, Fonz. Remember?
No, the 120 frames is smooth. The resolution is downgraded a bit and in that mode, but hey, I don't care. The more frames, the better.
You heard it from Fonzarelli. The more frames, the better. So again, I mean, the update's out, Destiny 2, it's in Game Pass. You can download that, the expansions. I actually downloaded them, and I'm going to actually give Destiny 2 a little bit of my life force for some fucking reason, and we'll see how that goes.
There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do in there. I took a break myself so I could play Demon Souls.
How many times you beat that damn game? Once, twice? Twice so far. Yeah, it's a good game. I bought it. I've got to play it too.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I guess. Well, I guess it would be 3 times.
Yeah. So someone else carried Rand through Dark Souls or Demon Souls.
She did. She carried Rand.
Oh my.
I mean, he did most of the work. I was just standing there just in case, so he wouldn't die. You know.
Most of the work he turned on his PS5.
What do you mean? So he wouldn't die? Rand should not be allowed to beat games like that.
I know, but like, okay, it was listen. He was all like, "Luca, I don't like Dark Souls 1. Should I even get this game?" And I was like, "Rand, no, I don't think you should." And then he got it. He was like, "Okay, Luca, I got it."
I got it. Now you have to help me.
I was like, "Okay, Rand, let's go." So it was a lot of fun playing with him. It took maybe 10 hours or so.
Don't lie. How many times did you laugh at him?
No, I mean, he actually picked it up pretty quickly. Like he was even using. He was using a mage, and that's like
Rand's a super gamer. This motherfucker's half cyborg.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun playing with him.
Well, that's awesome. Again, this show's got to end at some point, right? So we got to grind through these topics here. We do got to shout out to over 2,000 people watching live. I got to do it. Got a gun to my head. Hit the like button. Consider sharing it out. We do appreciate it. I got some super chats I need to get to as well, and then we'll jump into the next topic. So we've got Spooky Sprockets. I think is this another one? Yeah, he did say people should stop hating on a game to fail or another to succeed, just like the game, and stop wanting a console to fail. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Competition makes everything better. It does make everything better. God's Geeks, by the way, says, "Hey guys, I know I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you so much, sir." He says, "How the heck?" And by the way, God's Geeks, he had a trailer shown at the launch event of Series X over in New Zealand, I think it was, and Fonzarelli and I had a part in that trailer, so it's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. He says, "How the heck can you go back and play Odyssey?" This is actually recorded some time ago. I wanted to get this and kind of just do a comparison type thing. But thank you so much. So Bounty Boom says, "What's up, RDX?" Shout out to you, Bounty Boom. I'll get to some of these other ones here in a bit. But again, thank you guys for what you do. Let me get to this Gears 5 expansion.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gears 5 expansion real quick. This is a Gears 5 Hivebuster. Is this the expansion, Tim Dog? Is this what they were talking about?
Yeah, this is it seems to be 3 hours worth of DLC story mission. And it's a pretty big update. It's free, or it's
free.
It's included.
It's actually free.
Game Pass Ultimate. I don't know if it's included. I don't think it's included in Game Pass, but I think it is included in Game Pass Ultimate. And from the looks of it, if you guys haven't seen it, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
they're really good.
It's in like a molten like lava. Like there's like a bunch of areas. They have actual cutscenes, like high quality cutscenes. It's like a story mission. It's a straight up campaign with the 3 guys. And if you guys want. So to prepare for this, I've been kind of looking at what I can do to like learn about the characters. Comixology has a 5-issue comic book.
Cosmetology has a 5-issue comic.
Hey man, got to get into it. But
right,
yeah,
right.
No, it looks cool next Tuesday. It looks. Get my little whale out.
Speaking of the looks, like if you have a Series X and haven't fired up Gears 5, just to look at what they've done with that game, it's beautiful, man. Well, honestly, one of the best looking games out there. Period. I mean, it's such a good looking game, and to see this trailer too and how good it looks and everything, it blows me away. Like, I don't know. People talk about Gears 5 and they say it's a stale franchise and everything. I disagree. I like it. I have fun with it, and damn, is it a looker though.
Gears 5 right now is really kind of taking up the mantle for their first party games. Out of the last few years, I would say Gears is the top. I wasn't impressed with the last Halo, and we all know the situation on this Halo. And you're right. When I've had experience playing, actually, I cleared that game on my PC. I think
me and you beat it together.
Yeah, that's right. I did the last boss fight with you, and on my PC it looks freaking fantastic. And when I fired it up on my Series X, I can't lie to you, I was like, holy shit, this looks exactly like my PC. Now, I'm not saying it's the exact, because there are a few little
It's got
settings.
some features that your PC doesn't have.
Yeah, and also, too, there's a few settings on the PC that you can slide up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, you can't tell the difference unless you zoom it 100% and like look 400%, look really close. For every sense of the word, it's identical to the PC version, and I'm really impressed with the Series X at 60 frames per second. At near 4K resolution. I'm pretty sure it's running near 4K all the time. I'm not sure if it has a few drops here and there, but it's just top notch, man.
Yeah,
and this new expansion has a lot of stuff to it. This isn't like some small little like here's a new Hivebuster map. Like this is a straight up 3-hour campaign with these new characters.
3 hours.
And yeah, 3 hours. I mean, and it has new achievements.
as long as Miles Morales.
And how dare you?
Well, I just triggered somebody in the chat. I love this. It's so great.
One of the things I think the artistic, I think you pointed it out, Soccer. It seems like they really went with like vibrant colors and blue. If you look at the blues and the reds, it's just like super accentuated. I think the days of people saying Gears is all gray is far gone. I mean,
well, it should have been gone since the snow level and that whole red level from the 5th one, and a lot of the set pieces in the 5th one.
What about the blue level?
And it looks like this. If you look at the trailer, there's going to be a couple set pieces in this 3-hour campaign. I think they're just going to make it action packed and pretty cool.
Seems like they're laid back a little more in this trailer, Colt. Some guy got front kicked out of the back of a plane. They're skydiving down. He flips him off as he's flying out of the plane.
Yeah. It's really good. It's funny that red-haired guy kind of looks like me. When I saw him, like, oh my gosh, that guy, he looks like me if I was handsome and had red hair. Yeah.
And if you had kneecaps.
And if you had a little muscle
and eyebrows. Yeah, I mean,
muscle, damn.
He said a little muscle.
Yeah.
All right, and a good credit score.
Oh, damn.
any other?
I did think that though. I did think that
it's a little high priced for if we're looking at 3 hours. It's $20, but it comes with Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, you just get
We're
it.
good.
But see, if these comes with Game Pass too, I mean, we still gonna judge what's on the game, or are we gonna act like it's free, or what's it?
It's the first expansion or first DLC from Xbox coming to Game Pass. I think day and date. I don't think any of the Forzas are on there, so. I'm hoping that's a trend that Xbox starts, because there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh man, is this on Game Pass? And you kind of think about like the DLC, and it's not. So I really think that this should be a standard that they set, because they've set it themselves, and that's what we expect.
Speaking of special for Game Pass, I missed out. They had a new day bundle for Gears, where you get all of the New Day members, which are WWE stars. If you don't know, whatever. So I was looking forward to that being added. Yeah, they added them to. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. They're added to the game, and they got like colorful outfit, whatever, under the New Day.
Yeah, the New Day thing.
So I didn't realize. I thought it was a part of Game Pass that I was just gonna get it. I didn't realize it, so I went the other day to look for it, and then I saw that it's not. You got to pay for it, so it's not a part of Game Pass. But if you looked in your Xbox Series X perks, if you looked at the perks, it was actually available until December 4th to redeem for free. So check your perks. And yeah, this is pretty cool that it's being added to Game Pass, man.
It is.
It's Game Pass Ultimate. I think that people have to realize that.
Yeah.
Game Pass Ultimate.
It is not the single standalone Game Pass. You will not be included, but I think that they're moving forward. That anything Ultimate, you will most likely receive the DLC updates.
Yeah, so anybody listening, they want to send that code for the New Day, I'm accepting.
Of course you are, D-Veg. We got to give a shout out to, we get like a lot of people, I've mentioned this before, but all around the world, different countries, and honestly, thank you guys for watching. I just got another message. There's a guy on the road right now watching this as a trucker. Shout out to all you guys. If we can help your day pass by a little bit quicker, as long as you're not out there licking handrails and shit. you know, we do appreciate
Hit
it.
that horn.
All that good stuff. Hit the horn. Andy, well, hang on. Let me get my spot back here. Brandon Kingsley, by the way, he does say any reason Microsoft are not building the two most important genres that they really don't really have much of right now, action adventure and third person. I think they are though. He does mention Fable. He does mention Fable, but even that's still something they're working on. And Avowed is like a big hopefully Avowed has a third person mode. I'd like that, but yeah,
I think Avowed is going to be first person, to be honest.
yeah, I hope maybe they can bring State of Decay into that third person role and add more of a narrative and change that up some. But we do appreciate it. CYV Studio, by the way, shout out to you. He says, "Hey crew, I cannot wait to smash some bugs in Cyberpunk 2077. Available Thursday night for those of us in the States, by the way. It's really close. I didn't even know it was this close." Also, shout out to Toonie FVMAS. Shout out to you. He says, "It's because Cyberpunk 2077 has Xbox marketing like Valhalla did. So there's the attack of the fanboys." That's a good point. That could instantly be the reason why people are attacking this game for absolutely no reason. And then I think I caught up on those there. Thank you so much again. But we do have some other topics. Gears 5 Hivebusters, the expansion, DLC expansion. When does that come out? Anybody know? I didn't catch it.
Next Tuesday.
So next Tuesday. That'll probably be
15th.
Monday night then, huh? So if it releases at midnight like everything else. So that's really cool.
Would have been nice to have that November 10th.
It would have. It would have been nice. But, you know, hey.
Helped out.
But maybe it's going to launch with hardly any bugs. So
That's I'd say it's worth the wait.
Xbox's Miles Morales.
Oh my! I mean, Moran said he beat Miles in 4 hours, skipping cutscenes on the second playthrough. Okay, it's not that short, but it's also not that expensive.
Do you remember? He did it when we were in party chat with him. Me and Cole.
Yep.
Oh god! Hey, Zucker, real quick. Sea of Thieves. They're bringing seasons. They're bringing a plunder. Butt plunger pass or something. What? A plunder pass. My bad. What's going on with this? And I'm of course you're okay with it. Are you okay with it? Considering the game still needs to be filled out with some stuff. What's in this plunder pass?
Well, I don't know how much. Like they're done updating. They've said they're done updating the PvP arena. Like that a lot of the next year's updates are going to be about adventure mode, and they have a lot of shit in there, man. There's a lot of stuff to do that I haven't even done yet because I'm waiting for more stuff because I've done pretty much everything else. But this plunder pass is just another incentive to play and level up and get different stuff, exclusive stuff. Look like all cosmetic. That's what it is. And yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever Sea of Thieves, man. Whatever they want to do, I'm down. I'll play it. I'm gonna check it out.
Do you think they'll add like winter? What other seasons do you expect to see?
I don't know about the seasons. We'll see. I don't know.
Well,
there are rumors that there might be like a different area, but there's already a the volcano area where it's like lava, and like if you're running on the beach, it can burn you and kill you. There's a bunch of stuff in the game that
Did they add the dolphins?
I want the
Never.
fucking dolphins from that original showing of Sea of Thieves.
Nope.
What happened to
Get
those
over it.
dolphins?
Never
Not even on
happened.
the Series X? Man.
Hmm.
Only Series X fucking flipper.
Well, I mean, hey, Zucker don't give a fuck, and if he don't, he's like a pirate legend. Shit. I don't know what to tell you guys.
They didn't tell you anything about it. They literally said plunder pass, level up to 100.
Well, what if it's an
here's the
oddly
cosmetics.
specific rumor?
What specific rumor?
Oddly specific rumor.
No, I don't know about no oddly specific rumor. What are you talking
Like
about?
Kojima created video.
Oh my god, you're so
Oh
stupid.
man.
That Xbox bot Kojima Productions?
Something like that. Chiefment, by the
that
way. Chiefment, shout out to you, brother. $5 super chat. He's got the XM with his pictures. He's getting crazy over there. He said, you know what? Good point. I'm a fraud. Gears is a third person, by the way. He says, keep up the great work. Thank you so much, sir. He says, you're going to become a patron after all this. Yes, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you want to become a patron, that link's down below. That's a good point, though. Yeah, Gears 5. If you have not played Gears 5, that's a legitimate third-person, narrative, cinematic-driven story game.
Great.
So
That's third-person shooter out there.
it is a shooter as well.
No. Actually,
It
it's
just
decent.
doesn't-
Yeah, it is decent.
Just doesn't have like they're not like they need like a version of the game where you're carrying a young child through a dangerous place and forming a bond.
Everybody's
That's what
golf.
everybody wants. Yeah.
Did you say
Taylor!
forming a bond?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of everybody just expects the same thing. Like make something like PlayStation does. Well, make something great.
Zocker, have the coalition put you in there as the child, man. You'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is going on?
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
All right. Well,
Get paid.
no, you wouldn't. You would pay $10,000 to be in the game, actually.
Just do it for free.
Hey, let's talk about Halo Infinite. They finally revealed the release date or the window, I guess, today. Yes, they did before the show. So Halo Infinite, they came out and released a big post on this, and it's coming out fall 2021. So that is a full year delay. And Microsoft, we expect to see some damn textures on everybody. I don't want nobody to be able to take any screenshots and say, look, Roblox added an update. I don't want anything like that from Halo Infinite. Like, this thing needs to be just amazing. You only get one Master Chief. You only get one Halo IP. So hold that bitch 2 years if you got to.
You know what? That's what I want to hear. Honestly, I was hearing some reports that we might get it in early 2021, and I was like, it's gonna be maybe slightly better, a little bit more polished, but it's still gonna be the same turd. But with that much, honestly, that's that's pretty much like a year and a half. So with that coming out next fall, I really am expecting big things from this game. I hope they pool all of their top developers and get all their ducks lined up, get them lined up, and just release the Halo that we deserve. This is your flagship title, and you don't play around with such a franchise. I don't see any other company. Nintendo is not going to screw around with Mario.
Too late.
No, Sony is not going to fool around with their Gran Turismos and their other first party, their God of Wars. They don't play around with those games. They make sure those games are at the pedigree that we expect them to be at. And Halo should be no different. I was so disappointed, like everybody else, with that footage. And honestly, to tell you, I really wanted to go in on it, but Xbox fans were having a hard enough time with it. So
Domino's was doing all the work. We didn't have to do shit.
And didn't want to go.
No, but I mean, we've already talked about this a million times.
Yeah,
like, we want the best for Halo. It's and with Roblox, I'm kidding. Like that's my humor. I'm exaggerating.
Am I the only one that's annoyed that they even announced a date? Like, honestly, like I'm actually annoyed. Like, don't even fucking say anything. Just show it when it's ready to be shown. Don't even give us a date, because if it's not ready by next fall, then it's another delay.
Has anybody actually read the update fully?
Timmy, give us the deets.
I skimmed it. The big like blog post.
I knew that you had it, Tim, and I was trying to cover it, call on you, but Zocker was over there talking about how his kneecaps hurt. What are you talking about?
Well, it seems like the game's pretty much finished. This is pretty much a year of an graphics overhaul.
Good.
So they basically took all of our complaints. They mentioned Craig. They mentioned the textures. They mentioned.
Please tell me he's in the game and there's a reversible cover.
Yes, he is in the game. He is not going to look like the they said lifeless, deadless Craig that people were complaining about. I would honestly read that. And also, one of the things that I thought that was very interesting was Staten said that when he first got the job, he played the whole campaign and he loved it. He said the game was great, and obviously this whole update is simply to get the graphics up to date and
to look like the trailers from years ago.
They acknowledge everything that this panel has talked about. The pop-in, they acknowledge that. They acknowledge everything. Every one of the complaints. They have three of the graphics people answering questions, and all three answer the same question in three different ways because they're doing three development. They're in different parts of it. So there you go. You pretty much have a full game that's almost finished.
Oh shit!
Or that's done.
Yeah, they did.
And they're just rehauling the whole graphics thing. They know.
Yeah, they didn't really address one issue, and that is the 10-year plan. Yeah, they didn't do nothing for that.
They did talk about how the journey begins. So
how long is this journey?
They didn't say. They didn't
about
talk about
5 hours per episode, sir.
Like I said, it's a long read. But specifically read the portion about the graphics, and I thought about the show. I thought about complaints that you guys have made, and I thought about a lot of the things that were said, and literally everything's addressed.
Yeah, that's cool.
They addressed it in a way that gives me confidence, because they basically said that they realized that they shouldn't have shown it, and I think that's why Chris basically got, moved, was because they should have never shown a game like that with that type of following in that condition.
So
And
did
I'm
you read the
guilty
end though?
because
There's a sentence down here. It says ray tracing will not be out till 2023.
No, that is not true.
So I hope this game, again, we heard some interesting things about the trailers from years ago now, 2018. And I think, right, 2018 is when they showed this first trailer, right? So I want the game to look like that, and then some, hopefully, but it wasn't even close to close. And hopefully they have at least a representative product to the marketing. We don't need another Halo 5 marketing bullshit here, so...
No.
Pretty interesting.
But for somebody who, and I know Zorker has also been very upset, and I get it. I was upset. I didn't think that. I thought this game was like. I thought we weren't going to be happy with it, but now after today's update, I'm back on the thing of being generally.
Well, that makes
positive
me actually
about
a
it.
lot happier to hear. Like honestly, the graphics.
Yeah,
overhaul is a big
honestly,
thing.
just
I'm gonna read the whole thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna read it all.
Read it.
tonight.
It's long, and then it goes. There's two parts of it. One goes into the multiplayer. I didn't really read the multiplayer because I don't care. But the graphics part is very in detail. And it was funny because they're very critical. They talk about how the pop in, like I said, and they talk about how Xbox velocity features will clear that, and certain stuff is going to be fixed. And they said they heard us, and they definitely did. And like I said, they also mentioned Craig. Craig's supposedly going to get a new hairdo and a mustache.
He's got a mullet. He's got a mullet now.
I'm not joking
You finally
either.
you might get that forehead texture you wanted on that.
Hell
one guy.
yeah! I want. Craig's gonna have a mullet and a pack of Marlboros in his front pocket.
They mentioned the textures that dealer complains about, and they said exactly what he said, that they mentioned the lifeless.
Horrible.
and they
Well,
said
I mean, how come only
that,
Jason's eyeballs work? Why doesn't anybody else fucking see this shit?
Well, listen, I you sometimes you expect certain things and you expect things to get clear. It's just, I'm glad that you guys were pretty critical, because I wasn't. I was on the back end thinking that it could be handled and it would be done great, because I heard a lot of great things. But kudos to the people that are critical, because you saw what you didn't like and you talked about it, and they got the point made.
Oh, I just Thanos somebody. I have to do that once a show now. That's great. I feel good.
Just for that one guy on Twitter, tools.
Pro gamer Tommy.
Tools.
He called you Captain Game Pass, Fonz. That's great. I'm just making that up. So let me go ahead and it's fall 2021. That's a year pushback, and we are glad. Again, we asked for it day one, and you guys should be happy. If you're mad Halo got delayed, don't be, because they're building a more solid foundation and giving you more of what you actually deserve. And you got to take a second and recognize that, right? We got another great topic after this one too. Again, guys, over 2,000 watching. If you haven't, hit the like button. We do appreciate it. Let's try to get to close to 1,000 if we can. And of course, show a buddy or two. Thank you so much. Game Awards. What's come out of the Game Awards so far? Did Ghost of Tsushima win Game of the Year or something? Is there some fan polls going out right now with this stuff?
Yeah, I want Player's Choice.
So Player's Choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, player's choice. Gamers actually.
So it's like the user score on the Metacritic site.
Kinda, yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, at first, The Last of Us 2 was winning, like, a day and a half ago.
You're a little quiet, Luca.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. The Last of Us 2 was winning a day and a half ago by a large margin, and then it flipped seemingly overnight, and now Ghost of Tsushima got on top, and then it ended up winning, so.
Wow. And
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for the record, I loved that game a lot more than I did Last of Us 2. Beat them both.
So, I mean, what would you have
Well
voted
deserved.
for, though? Chat,
I
what
would've
would you have voted for? Tell us.
Ghost.
Ghost.
100%. Is the better game.
Ghost is
all
a
around.
really enjoyable game to play. At times, the open world got really just kind of like an Assassin's Creed game. Like if you do too much out there and following foxes to a bamboo shoot, it can get a little old. But
Follow me.
yeah,
Follow a fox to a crack house.
I was funny because I was playing Valhalla and I see a fox. And I'm like, take me to a bath. But I didn't do it. Just
Take me to a
it's cool
Costco.
game.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
Gosh, Odyssey looks
any
good.
other fan polls of interest so
I
far?
think I think Doom Eternal should win Game of the Year. That's just me.
No.
So
Doom
Zocker
Eternal's
says,
so
"Fuck
good.
your fan poll. Doom Eternal should win."
Nah.
Oh hell yeah!
Or Immortals, right?
Not for these.
Immortals is fucking awesome, dude. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, Zocker does have a point. He's saying, I think Doom Eternal should win. And there's a big group of people out there that think the Hades game should win. They're both kind of similar. They're like not huge on storytelling, you know, compared to Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2. But a game's a game. And like, it depends on, you know, how big. If it was a popularity contest, Animal Crossing would win. Like Animal Crossing won over the world, had all kinds of people picking up their Switch or going to buy a Switch. Like, it's crazy.
Zocker loves the Switch.
Sure.
And that Hades game is really loved by a lot of people.
It is. Yeah. So,
Well, let me give a shout out to Toonie FW Moss. I don't know how to pronounce that, brother. He says, just got a Series X yesterday at Walmart. Walmart actually canceled my PS5 pre-order. It was a third party, though, so I can't blame them. He says, I called everyone in a while and bam. Okay, and bam, it's playing Gears 5 multiplayer gnashing. Okay, so he's just talking about getting a Series X from Walmart and gnashing noobs here in Gears 5 now. Yes, I mean, he's just regarding the DLC that's coming out. So, I mean, honestly, that multiplayer is so smooth now. Like, it's with 120 FPS. Fonz, have you tried that in 120 FPS? You haven't
not tried it.
Yeah, that's apparently rock solid, and it looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm glad you're getting some fun out of it, man. It's a lot of fun. Nano, by the way, says shout out to RDX for making sure Xbox gamers have better games. Hey, you know, we do try to ask for that quite critically sometimes, but we don't harp on it because that does get old. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. By the way, let me click on this. How this ended up off the topic, I have no clue. Let me click on this here. Tim Dog, Timimus Maximus. Microsoft Satya Nadella is talking about how they set themselves apart from the PlayStation 5 and their competition. I don't know if you actually went over this or not, but he did say that they're producing the best consoles, and they do think that's provided for not only the best community, but those consoles are absolutely fantastic for gameplay. They are supporting the console with fantastic content. They have a long-reaching goal to hit this 3 billion gamers. Like, people keep making fun of that 3 billion gamers, but Microsoft these motherfuckers are billionaires, right? So they're like, yeah, billion with a B. We want billions of gamers, and we see all these smart devices and all these TVs and platforms out here we can leverage. And then he does say that we are absolutely very, very focused on gaming and ensuring that all 3 billion gamers around the world can play their games, the best content, with the best community wherever they want. And to add to that, he's talking about the best cloud services to power their gaming experience, their needs, their expectations going forward, really leveraging xCloud and things like that. I mean, Tim, we've been talking for years on the show about how you're going to eventually see an xCloud app on your TV, right? Like you do Disney Plus or something, right? I mean, there's so many things that they have not even done, and Game Pass seems like it's so far ahead of the competition at this point, Tim. I mean, what is your general takeaway? He's once again quadrupling down on, hey, we're definitely going all in on gaming. And Tim died.
All right.
God damn it. Chat.
Well, I'll talk about it a little bit. I was looking at the story. It's really ambitious what they're trying to do. He's right. There are 3 billion gamers out there, and money is money. So if you can get to those gamers via, cell phone, via the cloud, via the Series S, the Series X, the Xbox One X, I think Game Pass is really a good tool to get them there. And I think Game Pass is being pretty well received, and especially with the addition of EA Play now. So I think they have a good chance of reaching more gamers. And I think with Game Pass, they actually are reaching more gamers. And it does differentiate. It does show the difference between them and Sony. Sony needs to really have an answer for Game Pass, to be honest with you, because I like their free games that they offer every month. It's pretty good, but they segment their PS Now service separately, and I think if they put that service with their PS Plus and add some more games, so I think they would have a viable competitor to Xbox's Game Pass. I don't know why Sony's not doing that. I don't know why I don't know why Sony lets their gamers run them, for one, because money is money. But for some reason, Sony gamers think that if they have a game and a service like that, it devalues the game. The game is still going to be a high quality game because Sony studios produce high quality stuff. It's just going to make it more accessible. I think they're going to make more money, which in the long run, if you like the platform over there and you like the games over there, it's better for the games because you don't have more support.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big difference between Microsoft and Sony right now. This Game Pass, it's a great value. I think if they didn't have Game Pass, to be really honest with you, with the first party situation that's going on right now, I think it'd be a little bit harder to sell some of the Series X. I think Game Pass is a real tool in selling their consoles and also the service itself.
Yeah, but what about people like Mr. Cohen, who's this is so dumb. You do realize that Battletoads got a higher Metascore than Days Gone, right? Like, shut the fuck up.
Battletoads?
Like, Battletoads, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want good rated games. We've asked for great Metascore games, right? But then there's other games like Days Gone that didn't. It's a 70 or 71 on Metascore, but I liked it. I gave it a 78, or I don't remember what it was. I think I was playing Have the Cops Come to Your House. It's a great game. Basically, yeah. Story is, we want good Metascore games. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There's a reason you see the same people saying, I don't care about Metascore, but when Horizon 4 comes out and gets a fucking 90, whatever the hell it got, they're putting it on Twitter. You do care, and you do want good morale, and you do want all that stuff to carry forward, and you want the hype, and you want all that stuff, and that comes with good rated games. And that's why we asked for them. But when Mr. Cohen says, well, get good games first, then, go for billions. That's the thing. What do you mean good games? Battletoads is better than Days Gone now? So, of course we want more higher quality games, we want more higher rated games, but they got a lot of great games, and you can really go look at that on Metacritic right now. They got a ton of 80s, and even if you're talking about, well, the 70s suck, well, you might want to make sure that your favorite game is in the 71st, right?
I want Tim to answer this question. Before he answers that question, though, I also want to ask him, there was some game, I can't remember the title of it, sorry, but today it got like a really high Metascore, and it's coming to Game Pass. Yes. So, what's your thoughts on that? And of course, what Taylor's asking right now.
Talking about the Satya interview.
Yeah. Well, sorry about the mic, but I keep on, for some reason, it's not recording. So, I mean, it's not recognizing it. So
Time to get a new mic, Tim, bro.
Yeah, no. Even though I just bought this one. So, with Satya, the thing about what he said, first of all, to your question, D, the game is called Call of Sea. It just got a 9 on IGN. It's a puzzle game. Supposedly looks good. It's an 80 Metacritic. It is only on Xbox right now and PC. And you can get it on Game Pass. One of the nice things that, you could just play it. As far as Satya's comments, to be honest, listen, I don't know how far Xbox is going to go with this, but the way I look at it, the way I'm hearing, the way I see these types of comments, when the core company Microsoft is focused on that and they're looking to push it, I could see them wowing us and just taking this to a point where you look at Xbox and you say it's the biggest gaming company in the world. I think that that's what they're looking to do, and I think that they're going to do it for one reason, because they are going to keep up with acquisitions. They are not only going to organically grow their studios, they are going to probably do other purchases like Bethesda, maybe not as big, but they're dangerous right now. And there was a part of me that said, chill out after Bethesda, because you don't want to segment the industry to 3 different companies and have multi-plats all over the place and exclusive deals all over the place. But at the rate it's going, the way I see Microsoft, and after they get this Bethesda deal supposedly going to close in February, they're going to be out there. They're going to be pushing. This is what I heard. Game Pass is in its biggest year in 2021. They are going to have games. They are going to have kick-ass content, but they are also looking to take that next step. So I see a huge push in 2021. Right now, they're in a halt status because basically you cannot get a console. They are sold out all over the places, and anything that they produce is sold out within minutes. And this is going to be the case for a while. But when I say that, when I wrote a post about how it's a critical year for Game Pass and Xbox, and we say this every year, but from what I'm hearing, 2021 is going to be the year that they want to see the results, meaning that they want to see the attachment, they want to see the steps, they are going to make further steps, and they're dangerous right now. Like I said, I think that they, at the end of the day, in 5 years, it's going to be not a question, it's going to be known that they're just the biggest gaming company on earth.
Well, there's a lot of aspects that you brought up about 2021, and I get it. Like, yeah, we're going to see some games. I also, like, when you're saying they're going to see results, I think they want to hit maybe 20 to 25 million people on Game Pass. And if you look at everybody else and every other industry, entertainment, subscription base is killing it. Look at HBO Max. Like, HBO Max literally just said, fuck it, because they were bad. They were the worst. Disney Plus is murdering them. Netflix is murdering them. And so they put all of the movies out 2021 on HBO Max, day and date, and then Wonder Woman on Christmas Day.
Without consulting anyone, but
without consulting anyone. And they were just like, they literally were like, we're going to make more money, even though if we get sued from all these other companies. Like, that's how powerful Netflix destroyed everything. That's how much money Netflix has. And that's what Microsoft wants to be, but with gaming. So a lot of these games in 2021, especially what Phil said, he said right now, games they don't matter because the consoles are selling. They're all selling out. PlayStation 5 is selling out. We're selling out. Everything's just selling out, and it's going to be going on like that for several months, like well into maybe even summer. And the big combat, or the big battlefield, is going to be in 2021 fall.
Exactly.
And that's why Halo Infinite is coming out in 2021. Sure, it's an overhaul. I get it, but they're gonna. I expect pretty damn big announcements in the summer, when they have their, not E3, but that little digital show that we have every year in the summer. I think there's going to be some fat announcements for the fall of 2021 for both Sony and Xbox, because Sony sees the they're not a dumb company, people. They see the subscription base, they see how much money you can make. They're going to have an answer, and Jim Ryan did say that something will be coming up, to combat Game Pass. So
what do you mean by big announcement for fall of 2021?
Like something coming to Game Pass.
Bugsnax is coming to Xbox.
Starfield.
Well,
you never know.
I mean, I don't see any big game coming out in fall of 2021 that we haven't heard of yet. That could possibly.
I think Starfield has a shot, I believe.
Starfield, Forza.
I don't even believe it has a
I mean,
shot.
Fallout 4 didn't have a release date. A few months it was announced, and then it did. So who knows?
Yeah. So same with Forza Horizon 5. Like that was announced.
Well, that's not a huge announcement, man.
Still a big announcement.
That's a big game.
Which one of y'all kicked me?
It's not a big announcement.
Well, we'll see. And
you could draw straws with that one. You could say this and that. But I mean, Forza Horizon 5, we haven't had a big car game in 3 years or whatever. So it's going to be welcomed.
And real quick, I just want to cover what Dee said. Dee, I don't think Sony lets their fans run them, as you stated before.
Oh, shit.
If they did, the whole cross-gen thing wouldn't have happened, because a lot of the hardcore guys didn't want that.
That's true.
Secondly, they just raised the prices to $70 for their games. I don't think they're going to do anything like a day and date when it comes.
No, they've argued with me. They like that $70 price point because they're paying for quality.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying,
big bowl of quality.
I don't think Sony would do like a day and date like Game Pass thing. And to be quite frank, I don't think they need to as it stands right now, because their gamers have exclusives to play for the most part. So I don't think it's something they're concerned about right now. But I do think eventually in the long run, they will, work more with PlayStation Now and add to it. And maybe it'll be seen as a competitor to a degree to Game Pass. But I don't think it's going to be on the same level.
I hear what you're saying, and I somewhat agree with you that in a sense they don't let them run them. But at the same time, they do tippy-toe around them a lot. They kind of, ease them into to the new structure or the new way of doing things.
Yeah, like they warned them that they're gonna be bringing games to other platforms like months before. Yeah.
Like they eased them into cross-gen. Yeah.
Well,
Surprise!
I kind of feel that they'll do whatever they want. I think that a lot of, to be honest, I think that a lot of the things that Sony fanboys say have merit. It's, like, I think that they have an idea of what they're talking about. But I think Sony is very smart and they're agile to listen to them, but also make decisions like with Ryan did, like, just switch it up the way they did. And, looking back, Brian, even though he took a lot of flack for it, I think we all agree that it makes more sense to just kind of ease into next generation, especially, you look at these, you're not utilizing the system for the first couple of years, the system, the power and the new tech and the new architecture. So for the first 2-3 years, it makes sense to have your games, span across, consoles. And I just think Sony's very, very good at what they do. Like I said, when I say that Xbox wants to be the biggest and the most recognized name, I guess, I just think that they have the thing is that Xbox was always under the thing where they were considered another entity in Microsoft. Microsoft now, and especially Satya, looks at Xbox and says, hey, this is an area where we can grow. We're here. We want to be at 3 billion gamers. And they are looking to invest. So I would see more studios. And I think, like, organically, like Ryan said, that they're going to build organically. Xbox has been building organically since 2018. And they are still building organically. So I think that when I say that, I just think that there's going to come a time where Xbox is just really, and it might have came, but they're just going to say, they're going to do things where people might not like. And it's just like, what the hell are they doing? Because they're just making super power moves. I have a feeling that they could do that with their current structure the way it is.
Well, we've been seeing this for years. I mean, like you said, since 2018, they have been, and not just buying new studios, they're making new studios, like Compulsion's in a new building. Like a bunch of people are getting like so many more hires.
Bill Spencer got a new car.
ZeniMax is that? Yeah, well, yeah, it's got a nice little 4-wheeler. But no, like ZeniMax is making a new studio in San Diego that's building a new AAA IP. Like, and we don't even, and that's going to be part of the deal, right? That's another AAA studio out of the different.
Fly, Pegasus, fly.
And one of the things that not to be too long-winded, but Compulsion, you brought them up. I had heard that they were upset that they were kind of not in this organic, bubble where everyone was growing, and they lobbied to Xbox that they don't want to be the AA team. They want to be that AAA team, and
you got to prove yourself, though, right?
Yeah, but I think that they kind of got the backing. But one of the things that I heard is that that's the way they were thinking, like you said, Dealer, and then they showed their game, and then people were like, "Oh wow." And
we should push textures on this.
They actually got funded after that, or they got pushed further. So it's interesting what's going on.
They can be, and that can happen. Sony's done it. They did it with the Days Gone people, the Sony Bend. Like, I don't like Days Gone, but I understand it's their first big AAA game, and it's a good one, right? Like, people liked it, but I don't like it. But I know their second game is going to be freaking better because they have the experience.
They're double the size. They're double the size too.
Yeah, they're I think they're 150 people now, so it's just that's what you need to do. Just invest in the people.
The whole thing about Jim saying that he wanted to, he had something to combat Game Pass in a way. I think what he's going to do with PS Now, seriously, it's not going to be games day and date or anything like that. They're going to continue to do what they do with PS Now, but I think they're going to incorporate some sort of ultimate package where you get PS Plus along with PS Now. I think that's what he's
makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Let me get to some of these. And by the way, guys, if you're watching, about 2,000 people watching live, hit the like button if you haven't, and maybe share it out. Tell a buddy. As big as the show is and has become, and this, our awesome panel and the cool community we have around the show, there's way more people that don't know about it. So tell a friend and let them know. Raymond K, by the way, says, D-Batch, I also live in Toronto. Is it cool if I had you on Xbox? Meet you in a dark alley. Now, shout out to Raymond and D. You should message Raymond if you want to be friends, just to make that a little more awkward. Spooky Sprocket, He says, my opinion is that Xbox is going to have a big 2021. However, I believe they will have an even bigger 2022 and 2023. Yes, I think that is mostly the consensus, man. Like, that is, I think it's odd that people just think there's no games coming out in 2021. What, Halo? Well, they have 22 other studios, sir. So, it's been 3 years this year since Machine Games has released their primary title. So next year's 4. I mean, Starfield, what was Fallout 4 was that studio's last game, right? Fallout 76 was a subset.
It could come out at the end of the year. Like, they may be planning to just like show it off at the end of the summer next year and say, and it's coming out this holiday.
I honestly think that it is. No. I think it is coming out next year because Phil Spencer has said Starfield. Everybody at Bethesda's talked about it. Like, they've name dropped it.
And they don't want it. They're not showing
it's going to be the buggiest game ever.
Fonz, you're about to play the buggiest game ever and then make a video about it.
No.
Is Starfield
We're talking Bethesda.
on a new engine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on their new engine.
Okay.
I mean, that could be.
It's going to be nice,
right?
That is a good thing.
That's 100%. That is a good thing.
I mean, Doom Eternal is on a new engine, and that game looks fucking phenomenal.
And Bethesda has done the brunt of their work for Starfield pre-pandemic, so it just depends on what they've been able to do this past year. I don't know.
Ninja Theory's last game was in 2017.
And it's very possible that it could come out, that it's planned to come out at the end of 2021. Yeah.
Me and Colt sit in Xbox parties and be like, do you think so?
No one else thinks it's right. No one else. It's just us two.
Doctor and I sit here and go, let's make a prediction because it doesn't matter because everyone will forget by the time they hear the truth. And dealer will get mad when we say it. Let's do it.
But they don't. They don't forget, Cole.
Yeah, I'd be cheering for you guys. You guys need a W. Come on.
I want it to be right. I would love Starfield out next year, but I don't think so. I think it's 2022 at the earliest.
Either way, chat, let us know what you think will be out next year. It's clearly with 23 studios and several of them that haven't released a game in 3 or 4 years.
Halo Infinite with Craig.
Infinite.
One thing of note, just because we're talking about game announcements and everything, I'm pretty much hearing that E3 is done. So I don't think an E3 anymore. From what I heard, that when Phil said he was going and then all those people pulled out, that even before that, they knew that they were going to lose a ton of money. So I'm hearing no E3. I don't think we're going to get any type of events next year. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a post-COVID, everyone's not doing that. So don't expect E3s. Expect more or less digital and all that junk that we had to deal with. So
yeah,
it's a little bit of bad news, I heard.
Well,
I like the digital stuff, so I'm good.
Fonz likes it. Hectic World says
I don't like to go anywhere.
Sony Game Pass is $70 day one, and after 6 months, later it'll be $9.99 subscription, and Sony fans will love it. It depends. Only if Sony tells them they should love it. Bounty Boom says, I agree with you, Luca, but it's going to be too late for Sony by time Microsoft already have all of the customer base when it comes to their service like Game Pass. So I mean, there's going to be, like I've said over and over, like PlayStation Now has gotten a lot better. Like people keep underestimating it. But in the same breath, a guy in the chat was talking about how they got more stuff. You guys contradict yourself all the time. Is it quality or is it quantity, right? Really, I think it should be about quality, but you should have some diversity in there as well. And sometimes that's not going to get a great score because maybe that guy didn't like it as much. Whereas Zalker would have reviewed Sea of Thieves and, that review would have been probably a 9, right? Like a lot of people gave it a 5 or a 6. It's all about opinions, and Metascore doesn't define if you like a game or not. No one ever said that. It's all about, doesn't mean that fans shouldn't want it to review well, though. I think that's silly logic.
There's people that review games like Cyberpunk and don't even like big open world games.
Yeah, like I would never play anime golf, right? I would never play this game and give it anything above a 2 because I do not give a fuck. Why would you give me that game to review? And there's people that don't like real-time strategy that get real-time strategy games to review. It makes no sense. If you don't like Madden, why are you handing Madden to Bill? Bill fucking hates Madden. Don't let him review the game.
Bill sucks.
So again, that's for every genre on every platform. People, so again, that was our last topic. Anyway, we're going to go eat and do human things. Let us know your thoughts in the chat and when the show posts. Shout out to all of you that support the show, make it what it is. Hit the like button if you haven't. Show a buddy. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell icon. And, support everybody on this panel. They're awesome. They're some of the best. And they all have great content. We're going to do some outros. And shout out to all of the channel members, the patrons in the chat, all of the people that we see in the chat every single week. You guys crack me up. I'm sitting here reading half the stuff you're saying during the show, and I'm like, it's savage. But again, thank you again for what you do. Cody Eastwood, tell people what you've been playing, man, and where can they find you?
Geez, 105 hours on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, about 15 hours in Immortals Phoenix Rising. Kind of a cool game. Wait for a sale. It's actually worth buying.
It's wait for a sale now?
Yeah, I mean, wait till it's like $30-$40, and then I think it's about right. Zocker's loving the heck out of it, but
Yep.
When people spend money on my on my recommendation, they come back and they throw their wallet at me. So yeah, I've been having a really good time. So thanks for having me on the show. You can find me at Cold Eastwood. I had to remember my name on Twitter and on YouTube. And thanks, I really appreciate it.
Also, we've got D-Batch. D-Batch, tell people where they can find you, bud, and what you've been playing.
You can find me at D_batch on Twitter and, of course, on YouTube at DBatch. I'll probably be back to making videos tomorrow. If not, I should have some good footage from the PC with ray tracing and, of course, the Series X of Cyberpunk 2077 this week. I haven't really been playing a lot of stuff in the last few days. I've been building a lot of PCs. I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty, Spider-Man. I played a lot of FIFA a couple of days ago, 21, the new one, through EA Play. Like I said, if you have Game Pass, make sure you go and look at the games that are in there. Some of the EA Play games, they don't actually show up, all of them, in under Game Pass. You have to kind of look up the game specifically, like FIFA 21, and when you look it up, it says that it has a trial, and then you can try it. Anyways, that game looks really fantastic, man. Honestly, there's a few times I was like, holy shit, this looks like real life. It fooled me a couple of times. Great game to at least try it in Game Pass. You don't have to buy the game. So that's pretty much been my week. It was a great show. Thanks for coming on, Luca. And yeah, see you guys next week.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Also, we do have Luca, the Ashen Luca. Find her on YouTube. Tell people where they can find you and what have you been playing, bud?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and YouTube at the Ashen Luca, and I've been playing some Demon Souls. I got the plat for the game, but I've been helping people out with bosses and just running through it again. I've also been playing this Destiny 2 with the patch. It's beautiful, and I am looking forward to that Cyberpunk. I'm going to be all up in it. So
even the bugs.
Even with the bugs, yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, very looking forward to that game a lot. We've also got the Grounded Gamer Fonzarelli. Tell people where they can find you. When the fuck are you releasing a new video, and what you've been playing?
I'm too busy playing games, people. When I got time to play games. Anyway, I had 124 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So don't subscribe to Fonz. He doesn't make any videos.
Tried to 100% the game, but could not because of bugs. Go figure.
You did everything in the game, every single thing?
I did pretty much almost everything except there's 2 quests that are bugged for me, and I can't finish 2 big things, and it's really just upsetting. But hey, 124 hours. It was great. It was fun. I had a blast. And I got about an hour into the Destiny patch today, and looking forward to playing some of that until Thursday night when Cyberpunk comes out and everything gets thrown to the bushes. I don't care what it is. It could be my wife, my kids. Everything's getting thrown to the bushes. I am playing that game, and I'm in my own world, and I just don't care. All right, so I'm going to be immersed.
Bushes, the game.
In the bushes.
We've also got K3.
My wife didn't hear that, by the way. She didn't.
Oh, she heard it. How'd her not? K3 sub O. Yeah, IL. I don't know how to pronounce that, brother, but he does say thanks. RDX, you guys are my company when I'm having those lonely work days. Thanks a lot. Love you guys. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. All those messages, seriously, of everybody that's being maybe we hope that 2 hours pass by a little faster. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it, and thanks to you for rocking out with us. Who do I need to get next? Zalker, what have you been playing, bud, and where can people find you?
I've been playing Immortals Phoenix Rising. The game is freaking awesome. I love it. Quickly becoming one of my favorite games of the year. I think it's just beautiful, expansive. The team, I was telling dealer everybody when they announced this game, I didn't care who, because of Odyssey. The people that made Odyssey made this, so I knew I was gonna like it because I loved Odyssey so much. So yeah, they live up to their name. It's a really fun game. Doesn't take itself too serious, especially after playing like Mafia and then playing Miles Morales and then jumping into Valhalla for I think 10 hours. I was like, man, this game's just a nice change of pace. So I really recommend everybody check it out. You know, you can wait for a sale like Colt said, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Zalker87 and YouTube Zalker87. And yeah, enjoy your games, everybody. It's really fun. Good time.
What is this?
Cyberpunk, I'm gonna wait.
What is this Sony 2-year timed exclusive thing? Lemon keeps talking about.
Project
Athia.
Athia or whatever.
Project,
All right.
yeah.
Do I have any reason at all right now to give a fuck?
No,
Yeah,
I mean, we just assume it'd be
cool,
1 year or just totally
Oh,
exclusive.
okay.
and
So they
it's
got it for an extra year.
release.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool. I mean,
It goes to show you Bethesda's not above time deals or exclusivity.
okay.
That's
Well, I mean,
the way
didn't we
I
already
think.
know that though? Because they said case by case.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
Isn't that Square Enix?
Yeah, I thought it was Square Enix.
Yeah.
I thought it was Bethesda. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Tim Dog.
Tim Dog's just giving all the Bethesda games away. He's like, just take it. 2 years, damn it.
Oh shit.
No, I was annoyed by that because I heard that and I'm like, here you have people talking about it. Xbox is out of the game for 2 years.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, for one, they didn't make that decision. If it were them, because that was ZeniMax, and it's not even them. I don't even care. Like, I've not seen enough from the game to actually care. I've seen a trailer. So, yeah. Tim, by the way, let us know what you've been playing and where can people find you.
Well, I've been playing pretty much every. I've been testing out all the patches for next gen. I played Madden. I think it looks pretty good. I played Mortal Kombat. Updated that. Looks phenomenal. I have a bunch of games that I played. Last week I was sick. Got tested for Corona twice, and thankfully was negative both times. I'm finally feeling better. Got to go back to work on Thursday. But I also got my CX 48-inch. I didn't talk to D about it, but I got to get ask him a couple of questions about that. I'm thinking I'm going to put my PS5 on that. And yeah, it's just you can find me on Twitter, xCloud TimDog. I haven't been on as much lately because I've been sick, but you can find me there. Also, you can find me here on this wonderful show. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and
Hell yeah,
yeah, I'm just hopefully this Cyberpunk. I'm kind of on the. I don't know if I'm gonna wait. I kind of want to see it in its glory, but it sounds like it's gonna be so good that probably gonna.
You better get it now. I've got those
man.
advanced floating guns.
Tim, did you just say you bought a CX just for your PS5? What?
Yeah, I bought a CX, the 48-inch. Well, it's for my PC monitor, and yeah, and it's gonna be my PS5.
Yeah, it's great for a PC monitor, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's what I originally done. I had that monitor that I had talked to Colt about this. I had the Alienware monitor, the 34-inch widescreen curved, and I could not get past the ghosting on it, and it was 120 frames per second panel, and I just was like, you know what? And then I saw a deal for this 48-inch. And I'm like, you know what? This will be perfect for my gaming monitor in my basement. And I hooked it up. And right now I'm just waiting for the PS5. I'm going to hook my PC up to it. Have my PC hooked up right now to another I have two OLEDs down there.
I'll sell you my PS5.
Damn. What's your Series X hooked up to?
The C9.
Hmm.
And then
okay, yeah, you're set.
Hey, give Mega Bad Seed a shout out, Tim.
My man Mega Bad Seed, we've been through the wars together. 2014 from Australia. He always asked me to hang out at like 6 a.m. on Xbox when I'm through a night bender or something, and I'm always too tired. But great guy. Follow him on Twitter as well, and good people there. He's a good dude, and just one of the people that, like everyone on this panel, that you met through video gaming. It's just pretty crazy that how much of a social circle we have right now.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Shout out to Jesse Darby, Psychonauts, Psychonauts 8. Shout out to you, brother. Assassin Lupa. We've also got Sergeant Rake, David VGS, Nano Polymath, Spooky Sprocket, all the moderators, Boss Mod Lethal Pava. I didn't see Obi. Maybe I don't think I've seen Obi in the chat this week. Okay, is
Obi's
Obi
never here.
Okay. Well, shout out to Obi and again the moderators, Kirby Louise. Thanks for holding the chat down and everyone that showed up. Do appreciate it, seriously. Again, we are getting out of here. I think I got everybody right. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. I got
everyone.
Okay, got everyone. Thank you again. Thank you for what you do. Hit the like button, show a friend, subscribe, support these guys. And I think someone left a super chat saying Zalker's a fraud. I forgot who that was.
I saw it.
All right, Zalker's a fraud.
I should have left that.
All right.